Доброго дня. До слова запрошується речник адміністрації президента.
Good afternoon. Now the floor is given to Presidential Administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now the information about the events in the ATO area during the last 24 hours, and also about training of Ukrainian armed forces. So the areas where the militants were active were the Popasna suburbs and its suburbs and Stanitsa Luganska. The militants used mortars, grenade launchers, and small arms. In Popasna, a sniper was active. Also, in the region of Bakhmutska highway, it was calm. On the whole, in the Lugansk area, there were 9 enemy shellings, 3 with the use of heavy weapons. In Donetsk area, military actions continue. The intensity is high. Barrel artillery was used twice in Lugansk and in the region of Donetsk airport. And also the mortars were active along the front line. The militants were active in the northern suburbs of occupied Gorlovka, mainly in Zaitsevo and Mayorsk. There, the militants used APCs and mortars. And according to General Staff, in Zaitsevo, the militants launched more than 100 mines during the last 24 hours. In Avdiivka, the main hot areas of the last previous weeks, heavy weapons was used rarely, but the militants shelled Ukrainian positions with the use of grenade launchers and machine guns. It was done in production area. And on average, each attack was for 1 hour. On the whole, in the Donetsk area, there were 26 shellings delivered by the enemy, 17 with the use of mortars and artillery. Also, the situation is not calm in Mariupol area. The hottest areas in this area are in the north, the region of Marinka, Krasnogorovka, and in the region of Shirokino. And both areas, the highest intensity of fire delivered by the enemy is during dark hours. The militants used mortars then. Also in Shirokino, late in the evening, they delivered artillery shelling of ATO positions. And during the day, the militants provoke our servicemen using small arms. And also in the morning in Mariinka, enemy sniper was active, and also there was 1 mortar shelling in Taramchuk, 1 in Talakivka, and 1 in Vodiane. On the whole, in Mariupol area, there were 24 enemy shellings, including 9 with the use of heavy weapons. The enemy continues to carry out air reconnaissance. And yesterday, in the region of ATO operation, there were 2 flights of air drones of the enemy. This is in Svetlodarsk Bulge and in the Mariupol area. Also, according to the information provided by Chief Intelligence Department of MOD, commanders of the enemy gave the order to suppress the activity of air drones, to jam them and to shut them down. They want to shut down the drones of SMM-OECE. And to motivate the militants, the commanders provide them with 1 week holiday and 3 liters of alcohol. During the last 24 hours, and the result of the military actions, we lost 2 Ukrainian servicemen and 4 were wounded. We express our condolences to the relatives of those servicemen who were killed. Confirmed losses of the enemy during the last 24 hours, 1 was killed and 4 were wounded. And also in the night from Friday to Saturday, the militants brought 19 bodies of Russian Federation servicemen in the refrigerators back to the territory of Russia. And also there are new facts of fuel and lubricants materials provision from the territory of Russia. To Ilovaisk and Debaltseve they brought echelon with 22 tanks of fuel for the militants. Two more residents of Donbass returned home through the program SBU that is called They Wait for You Back Home. One of them joined DPR militants in spring 2014. He was defending the administrative buildings in Liman town in Donetsk Oblast, and after the city was liberated, he was afraid of criminal responsibility. That's why he fled to Russia. But then, by joint effort of his relatives and services, the former militant returned to Ukraine and started to cooperate with investigators. And the second militant was serving in administration of Lugansk in tech service of LPR, but he was dissatisfied with the attitude and employment. That's why he fled the militant and started to cooperate with the SBU. Armed forces of Ukraine continue instructor training before large-scale training that is planned for September. Commanders of Operative Command West, South, North and East, together with commanders of all types of troops, undergo instructor and methodological training to achieve single understanding of actions in the framework of brigade training. And in September this year, there will be 7 brigade training in which 8,000 servicemen will take part. Also, Western allies help Ukrainian troops. Yesterday they got 5 automobiles called Burtak from the United States Armed Forces. These vehicles are developed on the basis of Hammer vehicle, and it can bring 4 wounded servicemen or 6, and the cabin is equipped with a system of heating, conditioning, also provision of oxygen and other different means to provide first medical aid. On the whole, United States plan to provide Ukraine with 40 such vehicles, and after training, driving lessons, these vehicles will be provided to the region of ATO to help our defenders. This is all. If you have questions or comments, please. No questions. Thank you.